please don't hurt yourself making this monster. I don't need to tell you not to eat the contents of the glowing bracelet, or that fire and alcohol have an explosive relationship, and that you should let the rest of the smoke out so your drink isn't too carcinogenic. Hello and welcome to Thirsty Thursday Toys. Today we're going to open up a full case of the Godzilla Singular Point Art Spirits Hypermodeling blind box figures and make the Godzilla Ultima cocktail. For the edible part of this cocktail, you'll need bourbon, pineapple rum, cranberry juice, and ice. You could throw that all in a glass and call it a day, but I'm not stopping there. For the presentation, you'll need a clear tumbler, blue glow stick bracelets, and a cocktail smoker. Start by adding some ice to your clear container. Fill it about halfway up. I got this here tumbler at a craft store for like $5. Pour in 2 parts cranberry juice. Pour in 1 part pineapple rum. Pour in 1 part of your favorite bourbon. Then top that off with a blue glow stick bracelet. These should be pretty easy to find. I found different multi-packs at many different stores, like 8 for $1. But wait, there's more, unless you're not a fan of smoked cocktails. There are a few different types of cocktail smokers. I've got this one that allows me to pump smoke right through the straw hole here. And for this one, it shouldn't take that long to get the smoke going. Needless to say, please be careful when using your cocktail smoker. When it is sufficiently smoked to your liking, pop another glow bracelet on top. Stick in your straw, and wait, there's more! The straw that came with this tumbler is wide enough to stick another glow bracelet in there. And yes, I have been successful thus far at not sucking the bracelet up when I drink this. Dim the lights and enjoy the Ultima cocktail. Cheers! You could pair this drink with your monster arts or with these, the hypermodeling figures from Art Spirits. These retailed for 13,068 yen, plus whatever the international shipping works out to be. But as of this recording, they are available for around $160 at multiple online shops. That's like $27 a piece, which I'd say is quite a lot for a blind box minifigure, so hopefully these are amazing. Like the King of the Monsters set, you are guaranteed to have 1 full set per case. Each full set seems to come in the retail case packaging, so let's set that up. Alright, so we can go ahead and cut the tape on the top here. Make our way through these perforations on the side. Punch out the Ultima on the top. Fold it all up, and there we go. See, these boxes are bigger than I thought. I think they look bigger than the King of the Monsters ones. The sides show each figure in the set. You see all 6 together on the back. There are no codes on the bottom or any other indicators to tell you which figure is inside, so it's luck of the draw, or maybe you can guess by weight. So I'm going to open these in this order just in case there's a specific order to how they're put in, or if they're put in the same way in every case. So this is a light one, so I'm guessing maybe Jet Jaguar. We got, oh, Anguirus. Way smaller than I thought. Wow, look at how much plastic. Anguirus comes in 2 pieces. We have basically everything and then the tail. And it plugs in just like so. Nice and, this is sharp. I mean, it's got some give to it. It's this harder rubber, but that's still pretty spiky, so be careful with that. Amphibia. With Amphibia, all you do is plug in the tail just like so. Nice and tight. There we go. I'm guessing Ultima on this one. And yeah, called it. The tail on Ultima is a little interesting because it does have these spines that kind of slide into this slot here. Plugs in like so, and then push those down. Close enough. Light, maybe Jet Jaguar. Yep. Oh, the staff is separate. Jet Jaguar has the most pieces. I'm going to start by adding in the spear. I do like that the spear is a separate piece, but kind of because it has these hands like permanently attached to it, so that's a little disappointing. I would have loved just the spear on its own. One hand plugs in here, the other one plugs in the other side here. Then the tip of the spear plugs in the end there. That is pretty stable. Now this guy, the feet aren't flat at all whatsoever. He's kind of on his toes, so you definitely will need the stand on this one. It seems like this rod could go any direction, so just plug that in here, and then plug that onto the base, and there you go. And I'm guessing Aquatilis. Yep. Oh, that's looking good. With the Aquatilis, you just plug in the tail, And there is plenty of give on these flippers here, so you're not going to like snap them off. Same with the antenna. So this is a standalone figure like so, but you can also attach the rod to the back. There we go. And then that plugs into the base, just like so. And there you go. And this must be Terrestris. There we go. Plug in the tail on Terrestris. Nice and tight. Alright, I'm going to start with my least favorite and work my way up. So here's Jet Jaguar. I really like the weathered paint job that it had in the promo pics, but that doesn't really show up on the final figure. The pose is too dynamic for me for a figure without articulation, and I've got that Monster Arts one pre-ordered, so this one is kind of useless to me. Doesn't really scale with anything else so far. Most Jet Jaguars so far have that staff. It's cool and all, but with how many forms of Jet Jaguar we have in the show, it's time for more variety. And it would be way more cool if you could remove the staff and display that on its own, but I'd have to cut off the hands to do that. Big bummer. I'm going to be selling this one. Next up is Godzilla Terrestris. For double the cost of what you'd spend on the Playmates or the Bandai, you can actually get a Terrestris that's fully painted. The paint is great. The sculpt is great. The pose isn't even too dynamic for me. But there's one thing that just kills this for me, and it's that stupid rock. Why? Why? It's not removable or anything. I know I'm super picky, but that's where I draw the line. This is another sell. Godzilla Amphibia. Looks so much more like Viron here than the Bandai vinyl, but it's also kind of gross looking. I don't remember it being this paunchy in the show. I definitely appreciate how proportionate this one is compared to the Bandai, and it does have some great paint and detail, but design-wise, not my favorite. If they ever do a high grade of this one, I'd be down. I might hang on to this one in the meantime, but it's probably a sell. Anguirus. Now this one really comes to life in this set. The paint and detail are top-notch. So what do you think? Does it scale well with the high-grade Jet Jaguar? Yeah, I know it's got the wrong legs for the scene, but size-wise, I think it's close enough. So this Anguirus, this one is a keep. Almost there with Godzilla Ultima itself. When I first saw the promo pics, I thought this one was kind of bland, but I had no idea that the spines were translucent. Look at these! I'm a sucker for translucent parts, so man, that got me. I'm also digging those oversized fangs for some reason. Now, there is something about this sculpt that makes it look almost hairy to me. This looks more like the Cookie Monster than any of the Shin Godzillas. Maybe I'll paint this one up. And last but definitely not least, Godzilla Aquatilis. I love this design, and this sculpt really works for me. Great detail and paint, dynamic pose that I actually love, and that face, oh, it's gorgeous. The only problem I have with this one is that it's already testing that thin, clear plastic rod. That is not gonna hold up over time. So, which one's your favorite? Are you picking the setup? Are you hoping to find a specific one? Are you hoping that they'll do a second set with both Rodan forms on Salunga and Manda and the Megalon, Gigan, Kamunga hybrids? Either way, I want to wish you good luck on your hunt, thank you for subscribing, and remind you to please drink responsibly. Got an interesting smell to it. It reminds me of my grandparents' old place in New Jersey. I'm not sure why, but that's what, it's bringing back memories, this smell.